20 forgotten groups of the 1960s that have fallen off the radar of time. Think the 60s were all about the Beatles. Think again. From bands that knocked them off the charts to fictional groups that topped Billboard, we're uncovering the hidden gems of the 60s music scene. Number 1. The Chambers Brothers. These guys, and yes, they were actually brothers, started their musical journey like many others did back then, singing gospel in their Mississippi church. That strong vocal foundation would become their signature. But their sound evolved when they headed west to Southern California. They soaked up the vibrant music scene there, blending gospel harmonies with bluesy grit and a touch of psychedelic experimentation. And that's where Time Has Come Today comes in. This isn't your typical 3-minute pop song, folks. We're talking an 11-minute instrumental journey. It's a hypnotic blend of swirling organ, driving rhythms, and soaring vocals. It became a surprise hit, reaching number 11 on the Billboard charts in 1967, proving that audiences were hungry for something different. Time Has Come Today wasn't just a fluke, though. The Chambers Brothers were a dynamic live act known for their high-energy performances and captivating stage presence. They toured extensively, sharing the stage with some of the biggest names in music. Their career had some interesting twists and turns, too. They even backed up Maria Mulder, the queen of bluesy folk, on some of her recordings. And get this, they also lent their voices to a jingle for Levi's jeans. Talk about versatility. Number 2. Paul Revere and the Raiders. Hailing from Boise, Idaho, Paul Revere and the Raiders started out as a typical garage band, playing local parties and dances. But they had a secret weapon, their organist, Mark Lindsay, whose powerful vocals and dynamic stage presence would become their trademark. Their big break almost came in 1962 when they recorded a little song called Louie Louie. But fate had other plans. Another band, the Kingsmen, released their version shortly after, and it became a massive hit. But Paul Revere and the Raiders didn't let that setback stop them. They kept owning their sound, blending rock and roll with a touch of pop sensibility, and they embraced their Revolutionary War persona, complete with tricorn hats and colonial-era outfits. And boy, did it pay off. They landed a spot on Dick Clark's Where the Action Is, a hugely popular TV show that showcased the hottest bands of the day. Their energetic performances and infectious music captivated audiences, and they quickly became teen idols. Number 3. The Amboy Dukes. As Nugent himself proudly proclaimed, the Amboy Dukes were the ultimate garage band on the planet Earth. Formed in the Motor City, they quickly rose through the ranks of the local music scene, becoming known for their explosive live shows and Nugent's blistering guitar solos. Their breakthrough came in 1968 with the release of their album Journey to the Center of Your Mind. The title track, a psychedelic masterpiece fueled by swirling organ and fuzzed-out guitar, became a surprise hit, reaching number 16 on the charts. It's a song that perfectly captures the spirit of the era, inviting listeners to embark on a sonic adventure into the depths of their consciousness. Unfortunately, their success was short-lived. Subsequent albums failed to match the commercial appeal of their debut, and internal tensions within the band began to rise. In 1971, Nugent decided to disband the Amboy Dukes and embark on his own solo career, where he would achieve even greater fame as a hard rock icon. Number 4. The Seekers. Formed in Melbourne in the early 60s, the Seekers consisted of the enchanting Judith Durham on lead vocals, Afo Guy on double bass, Keith Potcher on 12-string guitar, and Bruce Woodley on guitar and banjo. Their voices blended seamlessly, creating a rich and captivating vocal tapestry that became their signature sound. Their breakthrough came with a song that would become an Australian anthem, Waltzing Matilda. Their rendition of this classic folk tune captured the hearts of audiences worldwide, showcasing their ability to breathe new life into traditional material. It became a massive hit, cementing their status as a global phenomenon. The Seekers were trailblazers, becoming the first Australian group to achieve major chart success in both the UK and the US. Their music resonated with people of all ages and backgrounds, their songs filled with optimism, warmth, and a sense of longing for a simpler time. In 1967, they were named Joint Australians of the Year, a testament to their impact on their homeland and the world. Sadly, their time together was relatively short-lived. In 1968, Judith Durham, the group's captivating lead singer, decided to pursue a solo career. The Seekers disbanded, leaving a void in the hearts of their fans. Number 5. Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. The band's journey began in Dallas, Texas in 1961. The original lineup had limited success, but Samudio, a talented singer and songwriter with a flair for the theatrical, wasn't ready to give up. He revived the Pharaohs in 1963 with a new lineup and a fresh sound. Their debut single, Haunted House, showcased their signature blend of Tex-Mex influences, organ-driven grooves, and Samudio's distinctive vocals. It caught the attention of MGM Records, who signed the band and released a string of singles, including Juju Hunt and Ring Dang Do, which achieved moderate success. Their biggest hit, Wooly Bully, became an undeniable anthem of the garage rock era, spending an impressive 18 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Wooly Bully transcended the novelty genre, becoming a cornerstone of the garage rock movement. Its raw energy and simple, catchy structure inspired countless young bands to pick up their instruments and create their own music. What's your favorite song from any of the bands we featured today? Drop a comment and share your 60s music love. Number 6. Barry Sadler. Sadler's musical journey began not in a smoky club or a garage, but during his time in the Air Force. It was there that he picked up a guitar and started strumming his way into songwriting. When he joined the Special Forces, the legendary Green Berets, his experiences and the stories of his fellow soldiers began to take shape in a song that would become an anthem, the Ballad of the Green Berets. Imagine this, a song about the dedication, sacrifice, and courage of soldiers fighting in a controversial war, climbing the charts to reach the coveted #1 spot. That's exactly what happened in 1966. The Ballad of the Green Berets wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon, selling over 9 million copies and becoming synonymous with the Green Berets themselves. While still enlisted, Sadler found himself thrust into the spotlight, performing on television and radio, a symbol of both military pride and the growing anxiety surrounding the Vietnam War. Tragically, Sadler's life took a dark turn. He faced personal struggles and legal battles, and in 1978, he was shot in Guatemala under mysterious circumstances. His death, officially ruled a suicide, remains a subject of speculation and controversy, adding another layer of enigma to an already complex life. Number 7. John and Dean. Jan Barry and Dean Torrance, both Los Angeles natives, weren't just musical partners, they were close friends who shared a passion for cars, surfing, and of course music. Their early hits like Baby Talk and Heart and Soul showcased their doo-wop roots, but it was their embrace of the burgeoning surf scene that propelled them to stardom. Surf City, co-written with Brian Wilson himself, became their breakthrough hit in 1963, reaching the coveted #1 spot on the Billboard charts. It was a defining moment for surf music, cementing its place in the mainstream and solidifying Jan and Dean's status as the kings of the genre. Their music wasn't just about surfing, though. It was about the entire Southern California lifestyle, cruising in hot rods, hanging out at the beach, and chasing good times with friends. Songs like Drag City, The Little Old Lady from Pasadena, and the iconic Dead Man's Curve captured the thrill of fast cars and teenage rebellion. Sadly, their chart-topping success began to wane by the mid-60s. The British invasion and the rise of folk rock shifted the musical landscape, but Jan and Dean weren't content to fade away. They experimented with different styles, exploring folk rock and even recording a Batman-themed album, showcasing their versatility and willingness to adapt. Tragically, in 1966, John Barry was involved in a serious car accident that left him with severe brain damage. He fought a long and difficult battle to recover, but his musical career was effectively over. Dean Torrance continued to perform and keep their music alive, ensuring that their legacy wouldn't be forgotten. Number 8. The Marcels. The Marcels were a unique blend of talent and diversity, hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and comprised of 2 white singers and 3 black singers. This was a rarity in the early 60s, a time when racial segregation was still prevalent in many aspects of American society, including the music scene. Their musical roots were firmly planted in the rich soil of 50s doo-wop, a genre known for its close harmonies, smooth vocals, and heartfelt lyrics. But the Marcels weren't content to simply imitate their predecessors. They took classic standards and infused them with their own unique energy and style. Their breakthrough came with a reimagining of the timeless ballad Blue Moon. They transformed this romantic standard into an uptempo, infectious dance number, adding their signature ohas and ahas and a driving beat that was irresistible. The result was a smash hit. Blue Moon shot to the top of the charts in 1961, becoming a million seller and earning a place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. It was a testament to their ability to take a familiar song and make it their own. The Marcels weren't a one-hit wonder either. They followed up Blue Moon with equally successful renditions of Heartoshes and Friendly Persuasion, proving their versatility and ability to connect with audiences across generations. Their music was a bridge between the classic sounds of the 50s and the emerging energy of the 60s. Number 9. The Searchers. Hailing from Liverpool, the same city that spawned the Fab Four, the Searchers carved their own path to success with a string of catchy hits that blended rock and roll energy with a touch of Mersey beat charm. You might not know their name instantly, but I guarantee you've heard their music. Their breakthrough came in 1964, when the Needles and Pins and Hippie Hypie stormed the US charts, making them the second Liverpool band, after the Beatles, to achieve American success. This marked their entry into the British invasion's first wave, solidifying their place in music history. The Searchers weren't just riding on the coattails of their more famous counterparts, though. They had a distinctive sound, characterized by their tight harmonies, jangly guitars, and a knack for crafting infectious melodies. Songs like Sweets for My Sweet and Sugar and Spice became instant classics, showcasing their ability to write pop gems that were both catchy and enduring. Their influence extended beyond their own hits. The Searchers' version of Love Potion No. 9, originally recorded by the Clovers, became a definitive rendition, introducing the song to a wider audience and inspiring cross-cover versions over the years. Their final tour in 2019 marked the end of an era, but their music continues to live on, thanks in part to their active presence on social media platforms like Facebook, where they connect with fans and keep their legacy alive. Number 10. Blood, Sweat and Tears. Their lineup was a revolving door of talented musicians, including alumni from influential groups like the Blues Project and Frank Zappa's Mothers of Invention. This constant influx of fresh ideas and perspectives contributed to their unique and ever-evolving sound. Blood, Sweat and Tears' second, self-titled album, released in 1968, became a landmark achievement, a testament to their musical ambition and virtuosity. It was a genre-bending masterpiece that seamlessly blended rock instrumentation with a horn section, creating a sound that was both powerful and sophisticated. The album's success was undeniable, culminating in a Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 1969, beating out stiff competition, including the Beatles' Abbey Road. This victory solidified their place in music history and cemented their status as pioneers of jazz rock fusion. Their music was a tapestry of influences, incorporating elements of blues, soul, pop, and even classical music into their rock foundation. Songs like Spinning Wheel, You've Made Me So Very Happy, and When I Die became instant classics, showcasing their ability to craft sophisticated arrangements and memorable melodies. Blood, Sweat and Tears' impact extended beyond their own recordings. They inspired countless other bands to explore the possibilities of incorporating jazz and other genres into rock music, paving the way for a new wave of experimentation that would shape the sound of the 70s and beyond. Did any of these bands surprise you with their stories or influence? Let's discuss in the comments. Number 11. Herman's Hermits. Led by the charismatic Peter Noone, Herman's Hermits were the quintessential British invasion band, capturing the hearts of teenagers with their clean-cut image, catchy melodies, and infectious energy. They were the epitome of 60s pop, riding the wave of Beatlemania and carving their own path to success. Their discovery story is a classic tale of talent meeting opportunity. Harvey Lisberg, a savvy music manager who also guided the career of the Animals, saw their potential and helped them secure a record deal. Their success was further propelled by the legendary producer Mickie Most, known for his work with the Animals, Donovan, and many other British invasion acts. Herman's Hermits' music was a perfect blend of pop sensibility and British invasion energy. They weren't afraid to embrace novelty songs, as evidenced by their two number-one hits, Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter, and I'm Henry VIII, I Am. These catchy tunes became instant classics, showcasing their ability to connect with audiences through humor, and Herman's Hermits' success wasn't confined to the music charts. They also ventured into the world of film, starring in 3 musical comedies that showcased their charm and acting abilities. Their popularity extended beyond their native UK as they became a global phenomenon, touring extensively and captivating audiences worldwide. Number 12. The Rascals. The 1960s music scene was a melting pot of genres and styles, a time when artists weren't afraid to experiment and blend influences to create something fresh and exciting. One band that emerged from this fertile ground was the Rascals, a New Jersey quartet who became one of the most successful and influential blue-eyed soul groups of the era. Their early hits, Good Lovin' and Groovin', became anthems of the 60s, capturing the spirit of youthful optimism and carefree joy. These songs showcase their ability to blend tight harmonies, infectious grooves, and a raw energy that resonated with audiences across the globe. But the Rascals weren't content to simply churn out catchy pop tunes. They were musical adventurers, always pushing the boundaries of their sound and exploring new sonic territories. Their 1967 album, Groovin', embraced the psychedelic sounds of the era, incorporating elements of jazz and Latin music into their already eclectic mix. As they matured as artists, they decided to shed their youthful image, dropping the young from their name in 1968 and becoming simply the Rascals. This change reflected their growth as musicians and their desire to be taken seriously as artists who were pushing the boundaries of their genre. Despite their success and critical acclaim, the Rascals disbanded in the early 1970s, leaving behind a legacy of great music that was often overshadowed by other bands of the era. However, their music continued to resonate with fans, and their influence could be heard in the work of countless artists who followed in their footsteps. Number 13. Manfred Mann. Manfred Mann weren't just another pop band churning out catchy tunes. They were a group of serious musicians with a deep appreciation for jazz, blues, and R&B. This musical depth, combined with Manfred Mann's distinctive appearance, think horn-rimmed glasses and a professorial air, earned them the reputation as a thinking person's band. Their musical journey began in the early 60s, playing R&B clubs and honing their skills as a tight-knit unit. but it was their embrace of pop sensibilities that catapulted them to stardom. They had a knack for taking existing songs, often from American artists, and transforming them into chart-topping hits. Their breakthrough came with Doo-Wah Diddy Diddy, a song originally recorded by the Exciters. Manfred Mann's version, with its infectious energy and catchy chorus, became a global phenomenon, reaching #1 in both the UK and the US. Their breakthrough came with Doo-Wah Diddy Diddy, a song originally recorded by the Exciters. Manfred Mann's version, with its infectious energy and catchy chorus, became a global phenomenon, reaching #1 in both the UK and the US. They followed up this success with a string of other hits, including Pretty Flamingo and the Mighty Quinn, a song written by none other than Bob Dylan. Their ability to adapt and reinterpret songs from various genres showcased their versatility and musical intelligence. Manfred Mann's music wasn't just about catchy melodies and danceable rhythms, it was also infused with a sense of sophistication and musical depth. Their jazz and blues influences were evident in their arrangements and improvisations, adding a layer of complexity that set them apart from many of their contemporaries. Number 14. The Fifth Dimension. Originally known as the Rascals, they changed their name to the Fifth Dimension in 1966, reflecting their desire to transcend musical boundaries and create a sound that was truly multidimensional. And they lived up to that name, becoming musical chameleons who could effortlessly shift between styles and genres, appealing to a wide range of audiences. Their early recordings on the Soul City label showcased their soulful roots, but it was their move to major labels like Bell Arista, ABC and Motown that brought them mainstream success. They had a knack for taking songs from various sources, including Broadway musicals, and transforming them into pop hits. Their breakthrough came in 1969 with Aquarius' Let the Sunshine In, a medley of songs from the groundbreaking musical Hair. The song became a cultural phenomenon, reaching #1 on the Billboard charts and becoming an anthem for the counterculture movement. The Fifth Dimension's success wasn't limited to Aquarius. They followed up with a string of other hits, including Wedding Bell Blues, Up, Up and Away, and One Less Bell to Answer, showcasing their ability to seamlessly blend pop, soul, and R&B influences. Their music was also notable for its sophisticated arrangements and vocal harmonies. The group's 5 members, each with their own unique vocal talents, blended together to create a rich and textured sound that was both powerful and emotionally resonant. Number 15. The Youngbloods. Their journey began in the vibrant folk scene of New York City, where they honed their craft during a residency at the legendary Café Au Go Go. Their sound was grounded in folk traditions, but they weren't afraid to experiment, incorporating elements of blues, jug band music, and even the burgeoning psychedelic sounds emanating from California. Their early albums, produced by the renowned Felix Pappalardi, who also worked with Cream, captured their raw energy and musical versatility. They blended acoustic and electric instruments, creating a sound that was both intimate and expansive. While they may not have achieved the same level of mainstream success as some of their contemporaries, the Youngbloods created music that was both beautiful and meaningful. Their songs explored themes of peace, love, and social justice, reflecting the idealism of the era. Their breakthrough came with a song that wasn't even their own. Get Together, written by Dino Valenti, became an anthem for peace and unity, particularly after it was used in a public service announcement promoting tolerance and understanding. The Youngbloods version, with its gentle harmonies and heartfelt delivery, captured the essence of the song's message, resonating with audiences who were yearning for a more peaceful world. While Get Together became their signature song, the Youngbloods' repertoire was filled with other gems, including Darkness, Darkness and Sunlight. Their music was a blend of folk intimacy and rock energy, creating a sound that was both comforting and exhilarating. What's your favorite overlooked band from the 60s? Share your hidden gems in the comments. Number 16. The Shadows. Originally known as the Drifters, they were forced to change their name to avoid confusion with the American vocal group of the same name. But this setback didn't deter them. They embraced their new identity as the Shadows and set about crafting a sound that was both unique and captivating. Their trademark was the unmistakable sound of Hank Marvin's Fender Stratocaster. His clean, melodic guitar lines became their signature, creating a sonic landscape that was both atmospheric and driving. They were masters of instrumental storytelling, conveying emotions and creating moods without the need for lyrics. Their breakthrough came in 1960 with Apache, an instrumental track that showcased their innovative use of echo and reverb, creating a sound that was both powerful and ethereal. Apache spent 5 weeks at the top of the UK charts, becoming a global phenomenon and inspiring a generation of guitarists to pick up their instruments and explore the possibilities of instrumental rock. The Shadows' success wasn't limited to Apache. They followed up with a string of other instrumental hits, including Wonderful Land, Kon-Tiki, and Foot Tapper, demonstrating their versatility and ability to craft memorable melodies that transcended language barriers. Their influence extended beyond their own recordings. They became a blueprint for countless other instrumental bands, both in the UK and around the world. Their sound could be heard in the surf rock of the Ventures and the spaghetti western scores of Ennio Morricone. They officially disbanded in 1968, but their music continued to resonate with fans. They reunited several times over the years, demonstrating the enduring appeal of their sound and their influence on generations of musicians. Number 17. Procol Harum. Formed in the aftermath of the British invasion, Procol Harum emerged with a sound that was both familiar and groundbreaking. Their music was characterized by its sophisticated arrangements, poetic lyrics, and the haunting vocals of Gary Brooker, whose voice could soar with operatic power or convey a deep sense of melancholy. A Whiter Shade of Pale, with its haunting organ riff and enigmatic lyrics, became an instant classic, capturing the spirit of the psychedelic era. It was a song that transcended genres, appealing to both pop and rock audiences, and its influence can still be heard in music today. But Procol Harum's musical journey extended far beyond A Whiter Shade of Pale. They released a string of albums that explored the depths of psychedelic rock and proto-prog, incorporating elements of classical music, jazz, and blues into their sound. Songs like Hamburg Conquistador and Grand Hotel showcased their musical versatility and their ability to create epic, multi-layered compositions. Their music was often described as Baroque pop, reflecting their use of classical instrumentation and their tendency to create songs with complex arrangements and shifting time signatures. They were a band that wasn't afraid to experiment, pushing the boundaries of rock music and paving the way for the progressive rock movement that would emerge in the 1970s. In 2018, A Whiter Shade of Pale was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's singles category, cementing its place as one of the most important and influential songs of the rock era. This recognition was a testament to the song's enduring power and its impact on popular music. Number 18. The Dave Clark Five. Hailing from Tottenham, North London, the Dave Clark Five, or Deck 5 as they were often known, crafted a sound that was distinct from their Liverpool counterparts. Their music was characterized by Dave Clark's powerful drumming, Mike Smith's soulful vocals, and a driving rhythm that made them a favorite on dance floors across the globe. Their breakthrough came in 1964 with Glad All Over, a song that perfectly captured the spirit of youthful exuberance and the excitement of the British invasion. It knocked the Beatles' I Want to Hold Your Hand off the top of the UK charts, signaling the arrival of a new force in the music world. The Dave Clark Five's success wasn't limited to the UK. They became the first British invasion band after the Beatles to achieve major success in the US, appearing on The Ed Sullivan Show, a record-breaking 18 times, and selling over 100 million records worldwide. Their music was a blend of rock and roll energy, pop sensibility, and a touch of R&B influence. They wrote much of their own material, a rarity for British invasion bands at the time, showcasing their talent as songwriters and musicians. Their hits included Bits and Pieces, Can't You See That She's Mine, and Any Way You Want It, songs that became staples on radio stations and dance floors around the world. Their energetic live performances, fueled by Dave Clark's dynamic drumming and Mike Smith's powerful vocals, made them a must-see act. The band disbanded in 1970, but their music continues to be enjoyed and appreciated by fans around the world. Their legacy as one of the most successful and influential bands of the British invasion is secure, a testament to their talent, their energy, and their ability to capture the spirit of an era. Number 19. The Kingsmen. While they may not be a household name, the Kingsmen and their version of Louie Louie are rock and roll legends. The song, originally written and recorded by Richard Berry in 1955, was transformed by the Kingsmen into a raw, energetic blast of garage rock that captured the spirit of youthful rebellion and the raw power of rock and roll. The Kingsmen's Louie Louie wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. Its simple, three-chord structure and infectious energy made it easy to learn and play, inspiring countless garage bands to pick up their instruments and make their own noise. The song's lyrics, or rather the perceived lyrics, also added to its mystique. The Kingsmen's version was recorded with a muffled vocal track, leading to rumors and speculation about the song's content. Some even believed it contained obscene lyrics, prompting an FBI investigation that ultimately found nothing objectionable. While Louie Louie overshadowed their other work, the Kingsmen did achieve some success with other songs, including Money, That's What I Want, a cover of a Barrett Strong song that also became a garage rock staple. Louie Louie was re-released several times over the years, demonstrating its enduring appeal and its ability to connect with new generations of music lovers. It has been covered by countless artists, from the Beach Boys to Iggy Pop, further solidifying its place in the rock and roll canon. Founding member Lynn Easton left the band in 1967, but the Kingsmen continued to perform and record, keeping the spirit of Louie Louie alive. Their legacy is inextricably linked to this iconic song, a song that captured the raw energy and rebellious spirit of rock and roll. Number 20. The Archies. What's remarkable about the Archies is that they achieved a feat no other fictional band had accomplished before. They topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart with their infectious hit, Sugar, Sugar, in 1969. This marked a unique moment in music history, where a band that existed only in cartoons and comic books became a real-world pop sensation. The Archies were the brainchild of Don Kirshner, a music industry mogul who also created the Monkees, another band that originated in a TV show. Kirshner saw the potential for the Archies to cross over from the comic book page to the music charts, and he assembled a team of talented musicians and songwriters to bring his vision to life. Ron Dante, an experienced session singer, provided the lead vocals for the Archies, bringing a youthful energy and charm to their sound. The band's music was produced by Jeff Barry, a legendary songwriter and producer who had worked with artists like the Crystals and the Ronettes. Sugar, Sugar, with its catchy melody, simple lyrics, and infectious chorus, became an instant hit, capturing the hearts of teenagers and topping the charts for 4 weeks. It became the best-selling single of 1969, solidifying the Archies' place in pop music history. The Archies' success wasn't limited to Sugar, Sugar. They followed up with other bubblegum pop hits like Jingle Jangle and Who's Your Baby, demonstrating their ability to craft catchy tunes that resonated with a teenage audience. Did your favorite 60s band make the list? Let me know in the comments if I missed any essential groups. And if you enjoyed this musical journey, be sure to check out other videos in this series where we explore even more fascinating stories from the world of music. Don't forget to subscribe to Who Remembers, and share this video with someone who loves 60s music as much as you do. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep the music alive.